Thanks for joining me on day 3 of Beginner Tarot. Today we are talking about the High Priestess. The High Priestess is card number 2. And the High Priestess is a card of intuition and sacred knowledge. The High Priestess sits at the doorway to the unknown. She's the oracle to that untapped world that we can't really see, right, with the naked eye. She has gained information and knowledge from past and present events that give her a guide or a way to see those possible paths in life and choose the one that's going to have the outcome that she wants. There is some key to knowing what's beyond and to trusting the intuition and the signs to see how those future paths are going to lead you and what the outcome's going to be for you. She recognizes signs and omens. She pays a very close attention to what's going on around her. And she brings forth a period of spiritual enlightenment. She tells us that things aren't always what they seem. We need to look for signs and trust our intuition. When you see the High Priestess in a reading, that's a time when you really need to follow your intuition. She's telling you that you know what you're doing. You need to trust those signs and those things that the universe is sending you to lead you on the right path to manifest the future that you want. And sometimes you already have that knowledge. You know what's beyond, and you're just not confident enough at times to believe it. So when she comes up and you're not sure about the situation, that's the time when you just really, really need to trust your gut. She's guarding that path to spiritual enlightenment that we all strive towards. We all want to know what's out there beyond the things that we can't see. She's looking for that deeper meaning of life. And she's sitting between opposites, between black and white, yin and yang, positive and negative forces, masculine and feminine energy, and she's taking all of that and respecting all sides of the argument and reading the energy of the situation to determine what that outcome is going to be. It's not necessarily the words that are said in a situation, but the energy and the actions and what people are doing that's going on around you. She knows people's dreams and wishes to that alternate universe, and she knows how to use the energy around her to get to that place. So let's look at a few different cards for showing the High Priestess. This one is a really, really great one. I love this from the Wayfarer Tarot deck by Stacy Salpeter Bagg and Margaret Shipman. She sits between those black and white trees, right? Those traditional pillars in that Rider-Waite Tarot deck, where it's that in-between space, that unknown. And you see the yin and the yang, the black and the white on the card to represent that in-between place that she's in. And she's just kind of meditating, and we don't really know what's behind her, what's beyond her, but the High Priestess knows that information. This is another one that's a really nice deck. And again, it shows that yin and the yang, and it shows the doorway behind her. That's the beyond, right? That's the piece that we don't know, that piece that's out there, that's mysterious to a lot of us. But the High Priestess knows what that knowledge is. She has the thought and the foresight to know what's beyond. And she holds those keys, right? That's the key to the knowledge that she holds with her. This is the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time discussing this one because the images in the original Rider-Waite Tarot are heavily religion-based. So these black and white pillars with the B and the J on them, these all have deep-rooted meanings within the church. And it's actually believed that the High Priestess was a female pope in very ancient history in the church. So I'm not going to get into a lot of that one, but that's some of the meaning behind these images in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. This is a really great one too. You see the half moon on the bottom, indicating that connection that the High Priestess has to the moon and that infinite knowledge of the beyond. We're seeing the butterflies there, which are a sign of life and rebirth. And then she has We see that cross symbol with the little loop on the top there, which is the symbol of life. So she has, you know, those keys to life. She knows what they are, and she has that wisdom. This is a very third eye chakra, third eye crown chakra type of card, that knowledge that we gain through our third eye. This is another great version of the deck. We see the owl here to indicate that wisdom and that ancient knowledge. And then this one has a pomegranate. That's a very common theme that you'll see sometimes in the High Priestess cards, because that does indicate fertility in life. This one's really cool. I like this imagery. Again, it does have the butterflies, which give that, you know, life force and rebirth symbolism to the card. You have the moon overhead, because again, the High Priestess is a card of the moon, and you see her touching the water, which gives us that insight that she's the oracle to the unknown. She knows something else that's beyond the world that we see. And then our fun deck, of course, is the Hocus Pocus deck. And the High Priestess in this one is, of course, Sarah Sanderson. And, well, out of the three, she is the one, I suppose, that would be the High Priestess, right? She has that alluring voice that lures the children to the house so that they can work their dark magic. So that's a little bit of kind of knowing what's beyond and some things that the rest of us don't know. When you see the High Priestess, it is a really good indication that you have the knowledge that you need to move forward and manifest the things that you want in your life. So go ahead and trust that instinct. Trust that the High Priestess is telling you that you are moving on the right path. It's a sign to show you that you truly do know what's beyond, and you just need to make a choice and move forward. If you're seeing the High Priestess in a reverse position, that's telling you that you're not listening to your intuition, that maybe you should be paying a little bit closer attention to things that are going on around you, to the signs that the universe is giving you. And if you're thinking about a person in particular that this card happens to be coming up for, and it's in the reverse position, that person could be fake. They're coming off as something that they're really not. So when the High Priestess comes up for you, make sure that you're manifesting your dreams, because it's telling you that you have everything inside of you that you need to do that.